Hello, and welcome to Dolphin's Dive, the weekly strategically minded Handelabra stream hosted by Dolphin. Handelabra believes in civil rights for everyone and in being as inclusive as possible, so any comments or activity actively working against that goal are not welcome and will not be tolerated. You can follow us at Handelabra Games on Twitch and Handelabra on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. You can follow me personally at LewDolphin21 on Twitter, and on Twitch and YouTube, it's LewDolphin with no digits. Handelabra believes in civil rights for everyone is not the next line here. Sentinels of the Multiverse, One Deck Dungeon, Bot of the Ninth, and Aeon's End are available on Steam, iOS, and Android devices, and on Analog Cardboarded Ink, and you can get the games and more info at handelabra.com. You can also find information on the Spirit Island, not Kickstarter, Indiegogo, which you can, if you hit this button on the game, on your window right now. Actually, it won't work if you click your window, but go to Indiegogo and get the Kickstarter, or not Kickstarter. I'm gonna have a hard time not saying Kickstarter. I'm so used to saying Kickstarter. Kickstarter for Aeon's End. So they changed it to a different platform for reasons that makes sense. So frankly, I should have had this prepared before I even started the stream, but it's not too hard to get there. Yeah, here it is. Here's the link. I guess I could have just clicked on the back now button. I guess I could have just done that. But there we go. That takes you to the Indiegogo page where you can back the Spirit Island fundraiser. I'm trying to not say the word Kickstarter, but I don't really know what the appropriate word is. You can back the Spirit Island game. There are 28 days left in this campaign. It has raised 41% of the $40,000 goal. And the highest tier is the beta edition, which allows you to claim a spot on the beta team. And there are still 91 spots on that, so be sure to look into that. I will point out that because this is a different platform, this does charge your credit card immediately. You can cancel it if you need to change your pledge or you need to back out because you don't have the funds after all. So unlike Kickstarter, it doesn't charge it when the thing is at the end of the campaign. After 20 days, it does it immediately. So just bear that in mind before you hit buttons. But okay, so here we are. It is Dolphin's Dive. Last week was our Oblivion game. And this week I am playing Aeon's End again. I kind of like this game, fun fact. So last time I did a quick play and it failed miserably. Then I did a new game and selected 2 heroes, I guess, or did I do another quick start? I don't remember. Well, we beat Rageborn in the tutorial. We lost against Crooked Mask. And then we beat Carapace Queen. So I guess that means Prince of Gluttons is the last of these 4 that I've yet to see. So what is this? When a card is devoured, it is placed on top of the devoured pile. Even if the devoured pile is empty, cards may be gained from the top of the devoured pile as if it were a supply pile. The players may look through the devoured pile. It's hard to say that word at any time. Cards in the devoured pile cannot be devoured. Prince of Gluttons does not start a devour on an empty supply pile. When Prince of Gluttons would devour a card from a supply pile that is empty, Gravehold suffers 2 damage per card instead. So example, devour 2 cards from a supply pile with only 1 card. When all supply piles are empty except for the devoured pile, the players lose. Oh boy. So unleash. With 1 to 2 players, devour 3 cards from the least expensive supply pile. 3 to 4 players, devour 2 cards from the least expensive supply pile. Okay. So, and that happens with the unleash word, and I'm sure that his unique cards are going to feature devours as well. But you cannot devour an empty supply pile, so yeah. So it seems like it's going to order these cards from the least expensive to most expensive, so you kind of have to be careful. I guess, like, if the fight lasts so long that all supply piles are empty, then we lose. That's bad. So we don't really want to run the clock too much. But we'll see. We'll see. So let's see. Who have we played with? We played with Jian. We played with Mist. That was in the tutorial. Played with Brahma and Zazos? No. Kadir? I think it was. We were talking. Yeah, I think it was Kadir. And in the game I lost, was it Fedraxa? Yes, it was Fedraxa. So let's, since there's 8 and we've played with the 5, let's do a 3 hero game with the remaining ones. Edelheim, Lash, and Zazos. And I'm gonna stay on beginner because I don't know. I'm not even gonna hit the supply thing. I will assume that it will be random if I hit fight. But Edelheim, when a nemesis attack or power card is drawn, but before it is resolved, may discard it, it has no effect. So activate during the nemesis draw phase. Once this is charged, when it will be drawn, but before it is resolved, you may discard it to have no effect. And that is really nice because we can skip the powers. So I actually like this. Not that I'm saying there are bad ones. Hello, Sparky Wolf. Welcome. See, so the starting hand, we have an Amethyst Shard. Gain 1 ether. Any ally may draw a card and then discard a card in hand. Nice. Only on allies, though. Which, with 3 players, that's 2 allies. So, you know, doubly effective. And then we'll have 2 ether and 2 spells. We can only prep 1, though. So that's sad. Flash. Shuffle any player's turn order card into the turn order deck. That player suffers 1 damage. You may not choose the wild card turn order card because, fun fact, we're playing with a wild card. And that is 1 open breach and a half open 2 and a half open 4. Zazos. Allies collectively gain 4 charges. Reveal the turn order deck and return the revealed cards in any order. And that seems pretty powerful. Flare. Reveal the top card of the turn order deck and then place it back on top of the turn order deck. If you revealed a player turn order card, deal 3 damage. Otherwise, deal 1 damage. And that's certainly one that you would have to, you know, be smart with, of course. Otherwise, it's just like Spark. I mean, actually, it's no negative effect. It's 1 damage, but sometimes it's 3. And you can at least, I mean, even if you don't know what the top of is, you can at least see who's the what the next turn is, and it can actually, you know, information is power. I forgot to look at Lashes. Gain 1 ether, reveal the top card of the turn order deck. You may place that card on the bottom or the top of the turn order deck. If you revealed a player turn order card, gain an additional 1 ether. Oh, so we have 2 heroes, 2 mages that can manipulate to, or at least look into, the player turn or the turn order deck. Nice. All right, let's fight. Oh, I actually have to hit a button. Damn. Let's just random and go. That happens at the start. Did that happen at the start? Why did that happen, actually? I don't know why. We have 3 cards devoured. Okay. Just don't think, play the best card and win. Oh, does it? Oh, I know why. It's because we start with an Unleash. Or do we? Because there's 3 cards in here, and that's 2. I don't know. 6 in supply, 6 in supply, 6 in supply, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. But this is a 3-player game, so it should devour 2 cards. But all right, well, yeah, so it does start with an Unleash, and yes. Okay, so with 3 players, I know that turn order is a little different. We've seen it with 1 player that with 1 player it's 5 turn cards, with with 2 players, it's 6 turns, and it's 2 per hero, or 2 per mage, plus the 2 nemesis cards. And we are in a 3-player game, so there's 1 turn order card for each breach mage, plus a wild turn order card. When the wild turn order card is drawn, you decide which breach mage will take that turn. The wild turn order card is a player turn order card. Hello, Triraptor. Okay, so definitely play the spell. No reason not to. So we can purchase the top card from the devoured pile, as if it were a supply pile, so we can get the Jade. I don't know if there's a consequence to having cards in the devoured pile, other than the fact that, like, the cards underneath it are harder to get to. Like, the Burning Opal is currently the bottom card of the devoured pile, and it will require me to gain the other cards. Certainly it's better to gain from the devoured pile versus the main supply pile, if it's going to be the card I want. Like, if I'm going to purchase a Jade, I should purchase it from the devoured pile if it's the top card. Because if I purchase it from the supply, that makes the game end slightly earlier in a losing condition. So, have to be mindful of that. Now, it is early, and Jade is a basic upgrade to the crystals. Diamond Clusters is another upgrade that's more expensive and a little hard to get going, although I guess, as we learned last time, I could just purchase 1 Diamond Cluster and then eventually gain a 2nd Diamond Cluster and organize my cards to put the 2 together, so I don't have to buy 2 at once. Burning Opal, which I can't afford, but it's a 3 ether, and I may discard a card to have each ally draw a card, which, you know, I was just going through the cards and I couldn't see any cards that said draw a card, but I guess I missed the Burning Opal. Focusing Orb, focus any player's breach or destroy this great hold, gains 3 life. That's nice. We've seen that in the tutorial. Mage's Talisman, gain 1 charge. Any ally gains 1 charge. So we have 2 relics that help with charges. Phoenix Flame, deal 2 damage. You may lose 1 charge to deal 2 additional damage. Ooh, nice. Lava Tendril, while prepped at the end of your casting phase, deal 1 damage. Deal 3 damage. Chaos Arc, deal 3 damage, deal 2 additional damage for each prepped spell in an adjacent breach. Arcane Nexus, while prepped once per turn during your main phase, you may return a gem you played this turn to your hand, deal 4 damage. Okay. Well, I'm either going to purchase 2 Jades, or I'm going to purchase 2 Diamond Clusters. Alright, 1 Diamond Cluster in prep for another one later. So maybe we'll have, let's see, because Lash has potentially 5, and Edelheim has 3. So Edelheim will purchase the Jade anyway. I'll play the gems, I'll purchase the Diamond Cluster. And then Edelheim? Yes. Any ally may draw a card and then discard a card in hand. So yeah, let's go ahead. I guess I can see whether I want to do this. But yeah, that makes sense. Unless I wanted to charge, in which case it's not really making sense. I'll just do that so I can cycle through my deck faster. How about that? Which remember that you draw a card, or you don't shuffle your deck, so you know exactly what you're going to draw next. You will draw the Diamond Cluster. Oh, only 1 person does it. Never mind. Okay, that's fine. Any ally means 1. I thought it meant each ally. Man. Never mind. Let's start over again. Hi, I'm Lou Dolphin. I'm gonna be a new person streaming on this channel. I'm smart, yo. I could focus and put this in. I can't undo. I'm not gonna undo though. I gotta maintain the mint. Yeah, so I could get a second spark if I charge, or sorry, if I focus. But I'll purchase that card because I can. I guess that means I hold on to the spark. That's okay. All right, wild turn. Well, let's have Lash take the turn so we can see what Lash's thing will reveal. It reveals Lash. Oh my gosh. I am not really fond of the idea of the Nemesis taking 4 consecutive turns, which is possible if it's turn, turn, and then shuffles, and then turn, turn. Hey, Dragon, how are you doing? So I'm actually going to put Lash on the bottom. And that gets me another ether, so I'm at 5. I'm good. It was a long week, but we are past it. I want the burning opal. That's more buying power. Devour 2 cards from the second most expensive supply pile. Devour 2 cards from the second most expensive gem supply pile. And then 1 player suffers 2 damage. Let's Lash. Unleash. Devouring. I like that the devoured cards are semi-eaten. Is that a permanent effect, though? No. Oh, good. There's an automatic donate button. Awesome. Or no, that's just the 5 Years of Sentinels command. Oh, nice. Celebrate 5 years of Sentinels by donating to this year's charity, I Need Diverse Games. Yeah, that's the other thing that's happening, is that we have the 5-year anniversary of Sentinels coming up next week. It'll be exciting. I don't remember all the things that are going to be happening next week because I've not been able to be too focused on that. But hey, 5 years of Sentinels, yay! I don't remember what I did last year for the anniversary, but there'll be some fun streams. All right, we're definitely gonna cast that. Yay, we did a damage. Gem, cast that spell, prep that spell, I guess. So do I want to consider some early charges? Shuffle any player's turn order card into the turn order deck. That player suffers 1 damage, which is a very powerful effect, which is why it takes 1 damage. 24-hour Oblivion stream. I don't have the time for that. When a Nemesis card or power card is drawn, but before it is resolved, you may discard it. It has no effect. Obviously, we would like to have that activated probably earlier on. Since this activates during the Nemesis draw phase, the earlier we can get that active, the better it will be. Allies collectively gain 4 charges. Reveal the turn order deck and return the revealed cards in any order. Allies collectively gain 4 charges. So I guess that means that it's not that we each gain 4 charges. It's that I could give, say, Adelheim 3 charges and Lash 1 charge. Because 3 plus 1 is 4. I studied math. I know that to be true. Okay, so 3. Would a 24-hour Oblivion game be like 3 games at most? I mean, I beat Oblivion. I beat Oblivion in about 3 hours. So, assuming that 3 hours is the standard for Oblivion, that would be 8 Oblivion games. Granted, tabletop Oblivion is longer, and a 24-hour stream, you tend to get pretty tired and very groggy and very hard to think after 12 hours. But, yeah. At a good pace, it would be, what's the word? It would be 3 games. No, it would be 3 hours per game. Okay, so the next round we are getting the quartz shard, 3 gems, and the burning opal. I say gems because that's the keyword, was the crystal. So 3 crystals, the burning opal, and a quartz shard that could give Lash lots of ether. I could also just focus this, and then I could put this spell in. Yeah, let's do that. I kind of am thinking about ether efficiency. Like, I don't want to spend 3 ether and then not use 3 ether. But I don't know. Reveal the top card of the turn order deck and then place it back on top. It's Adelim! 3 damage! Yeah! Put that spell there. So Adelim is next, and that is power. That is knowledge. So I could charge up Metaphysical Link, which is kind of cool because it pays for itself. Well, not really, but it costs 5 charges, but it gives my allies 4 charges. And it also lets me view the turn order deck. Activate during any player's main phase. Which is interesting because, well, I guess some of these also happen. Okay. So it doesn't necessarily need to be that we need to lead with Zazos or something in order to have maximum effect. Obviously, doing this when all of these have been revealed is a waste. But doing these when we're on, say, the leading turn of Zazos gives us the power to rearrange these 5 cards as we want it. And yeah. Okay, so but do I want to get more buying power? Bottom card is a diamond cluster, so I don't want to purchase a diamond cluster right now. I have 4. I could get this relic. Focus any player's breach. It would so I could spend 2 ether to charge. Oh, this is focus a breach. Never mind. So this does focusing. Okay. There's so many words. I keep forgetting which is which. And then the devoured pile. We have Jade. Okay. Yeah, I'll just play the gems. I think I want more buying power. So let me just purchase 2 of those from the devour pile so that I don't take from the main supply. All right. Hello. My name is Adelim. And someone's going to tell me it's pronounced Adelheim. And I'm mispronouncing it. But it's just like Titus versus Titus. You pronounce it the way that makes sense to you. And if someone corrects you, you stubbornly say, Adelheim? That sounds bogus. That's not the real pronunciation. It's definitely Adelheim. If you don't know what I'm talking about. Don't ever play Final Fantasy X. Actually, it's a good game. You should play it. Okay, 4. So there is a diamond cluster there. I could charge this. We would like to have this early, I guess. So let's just get that charged earlier rather than later. How about that? And there's the wild card. It is I, he who always uses Zazos. Who wants their extra turn? Gem. So you have no spells. 6 ether. which would actually charge this up. So actually, let's have Adelheim fully charge that thing up. And who wants to draw? You have Flare and no spells in hand. So let's have Zazos draw. And then we have to discard. Yeah, there you go. Call you stupid. That's not stupid. That's powerful. There, that's charged. So now we can discard an attack or power card, which is nice when we have at least... We have a 67% chance of a Nemesis turn. Okay, let's put that closer to the bottom. That's useful. Put Jade closer to the bottom. All right, yeah, we're ending with 2 Nemesis turns. That's fun. So I definitely have to use that one. I don't have to use this one. Let's do it anyway. All right, reveal the top card of the turn order deck. You may place that card on the bottom or the top. Well, it doesn't really do anything for me because I know it's the Prince of Gluttons, and it doesn't matter where it is. I guess having Lash grow could have been nice. We discard. If you do, any ally draws a card. Let's see. So we have 1, 3, so 4, 5, and 6. Unless I don't discard to have someone else draw. Adelheim is gonna draw a Spark, and Zazos is gonna draw a Jade. Yeah, let's be nice. Give Zazos a draw, so that he can charge his thing. Yeah. All right, 4 ether. Let's get the Mage's Talisman going. That seems like something I want to have. Now, this is not good for anything, but if I play it and discard it, I'll end up with 2 spells, and yeah, that actually isn't gonna be good. So I'll end my turn. Keep this one closer to the top, I guess? I don't know. Oh my god, it's Nemesis thing. Any player suffers 3 damage or devour 3 spells from any spell supply pile. This isn't really too bad. 3 damage, we're still pretty healthy. Devour 3 spells will make the game end faster, but we don't have any HP recovery means, so damage is permanent. Which is sad. But I guess that's actually common because we didn't have, like, the Brahma? What was that her name? I think that was the only mage that has provided healing. Devour 3 spells from any spell supply pile. Any spell supply pile. And that could potentially get buried behind other cards. And spells only have 5 in the supply, so 3 is 60%. I loved the Lava Tendrils because it allows me to deal damage while hoarding them. And that was actually great for the Swarm Nemesis. Not as necessary here, but automatic damage dealing is nice, but the other cards definitely deal more damage. Let's just do the Devour part. Wait, so what is it asking me to do? Oh, skip ability. Devour 3 spells. Minion. Alright, so we definitely want to damage that minion because it will lower the damage to Gravehold. So the person who is capable of doing that right now is Zazos. So we'll definitely attack there. Keeps Gravehold slightly more alive. Put the spell there. Jum, 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 jum. And while I have the opportunity, we want to get a diamond cluster, but I don't want to gain it immediately. Do I want to gain Phoenix Flame? Or do I want to charge? I mean, Zazos is great on charging, right? Thank you, Sparky. But I also don't want to waste ether either. You don't have too many spells, though. You have only 2 right now, so we should get you another spell. So I'll get you Phoenix Flame. I'll get you Diamond Cluster. We'll put Diamond Cluster there. And now we have 2 Diamond Clusters next to each other. Perfect. Persistent. Unleash. Well. And good, you're unleashing. So Devour. And to discard, spend 6 ether. Power 2, unleash twice. Spending 6 ether is less expensive than spending 10 ether to get this back. And we have 3 turns, each of the 3 mage turns, to deal with that. It's expensive, I guess. We'd have to sacrifice Zazos' turn, basically. So, yeah. We'll just discard it. So, 2 in a supply. Okay, so that's good. I think we want to focus on buying power here. And yes, I know I could hit the play all gems button, but I kind of like actively playing the cards. If you reveal the player turn order card, deal 3 damage. Okay, good. Because we knew who it was. So play the gems and then do that. And then that. And last it is Lash. Do you have... No, you don't. Oh, yeah, the other 2 players currently have diamond clusters. So let's... Oh, there's only 1 in the supply. Let's save that for Adelheim. Then the other diamond clusters, are in there, which I didn't mean to actually hit that, but that's okay. I'll just get 2 jades. The 2 diamond clusters are buried. Or the 3 diamond clusters are buried. But there. Diamond cluster, diamond cluster. Yay, we got 6 ether. You may lose 1 charge to deal 2 additional damage. And then Spark. So let's focus so I can play both of these. That gives me 5 ether, so I can gain a charge with that, which can keep Phoenix Flame up, is also, you know, have Metaphysical Link going. Yeah. Wild turn. All of these heroes have prepped spells. I guess Zazos. Yeah, let's have Zazos go and we can actually take this guy out. Zazos has taken many of these. Reveal the top card of the turn order deck and then place it back on top, and place it back on top. If you reveal a player turn order card, deal 3 damage. Okay, so it doesn't actually trigger right now, so it doesn't matter. 5. And we already purchased 1 relic. And we do have 1 spell for you. And I want to focus on buying power. That's not buying power. That's buying power. Yeah, so damage that. It's going to take itself out if it goes, so that's not too bad. Charge. And that automatically charged Azazos. Gem, actually, oh, what am I doing? Oh. I could have played that, I just missed, but yeah, let's gain 3, discard that. You would get a gem, you would get the relic. Let's give you the relic. Put the spell there. We don't have card destruction in this game other than focusing orb. So cards I get are permanent. You can never tell if I'm moving forward. Yeah, I can't tell if I'm moving forward either. I'm just doing things based on what's currently in play. I'm not really acting more than one turn ahead right now. I'm just flying by the seat of my pants. All right, so if I play this, I could charge twice. Or do I just want to purchase 2 Jades? Or do I want to purchase the Phoenix Flame? Because you don't have many spells, right? You just have the 2 Sparks. You probably want to get a spell. If I play this, I can get Lava Tendril. Or I guess I could also get Phoenix Flame. Let's get Lava Tendril. I could focus, but I have no reason to focus. Other than to make things less expensive, which is a reason to focus. But... yeah, okay. Put that on the bottom. So I have to be mindful of deck composition, and thin decks can sometimes be good, sometimes not good. All right, I can just destroy you. Yay! We're gonna have 2 Nemesis turns, but that's fine. Spell. Any ally might draw a card and then discard a card. So you would draw a diamond cluster. You don't really want to draw that just yet. You would draw a crystal, which you also don't really want. So we'll skip that. I guess you could cycle through your deck faster, but we don't really have a reason for you to do that. 1 ether, 5 ether. Do you have a Mage's Talisman? Let's try to give each player 1 of those. You do not. Alright, any player suffers 2 damage or devour 2 relics from the least expensive relic supply pile, which would be 2 focusing orbs. That's fine, you can devour those. Any player suffers 3 damage and draws a card. That's actually not bad. Yeah, we'll just do that. So now all the Jades are in there, and that's fine. Someone's gonna come in and say, but Lude, if Devoured has 20 cards, you lose. But it doesn't look like it. Alright, so... it's the same situation as before. None of these really have exciting draws. But you could shuffle faster. Or not shuffle, damn it. There's no shuffling in this game. Wild turn. Okay, so Zazos has had several of these. But... Flare gives us insight. So let's get insight. Oh no, it's a Nemesis turn. Charge, charge. Gem, 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 gem. Do I want to do this? Because knowledge is power? Oh, you already have a Mage's Talisman. It's right there. Okay. The problem is I can't get a full 4 charges out of this. kind of just want more spells. How many spells do you have? You have Phoenix Flame, a Spark, and a Flare. That's 3 spells out of 16 cards. On average, you're going to get about 1 spell. Let's make that a little higher. Let's do a Lava Tendril and a Jade. Unleash twice. I'm kind of saving these for nasty powers, which are we still in tier 1? We're in tier 2 now. One in supply. Oh no, this is actually bad. That's okay. Gravehold can take some damage, but not too many. It's at 21. Started at 32, so that's not good. We're not doing good. Diamond Cluster, Diamond Cluster, yeah! And I can do that. I'm gonna take a Diamond Nexus, because I can afford it. Put the spell there. Yeah, and then... Okay. Yeah, I want to get rid of you. You're annoying. Reveal the top card of the turn order. Place on bottom, top or bottom. It's that. Kind of don't want it to be on the bottom. I kind of want to make sure we don't get 3 consecutive Nemesis turns. That's what I'm very... Like, having consecutive turn order or Nemesis turns is very dangerous because they could play something that I can't react to fast enough. All right, we're at 7. Let me do this. Shuffle that in. Even though I just did the thing that would have been smarter to have done that after, I guess. Oh well. Because now I don't know who's next. I don't know where the Nemesis is. Nemesis could be at the end after all that I said and did and should have done. Diamond Cluster. Oh, I didn't want to do that though. And I will rewind there. Let's spend this on that and then get that. So that I can put the 2 Diamond Clusters next to each other. That's smart. Yeah, we're ending with the Nemesis, which is definitely not what I wanted to do. I do want to take you out because you're definitely going to go next. So let's spend the charge. So you may discard a card in hand. If you do, any ally draws a card. You would get a spell, but you already have 2 spells in hand. You would get a crystal. Let's give that to Adeline. So we're at 6. Let's just do that. Persistent. Gravehold suffers 2 damage. And that's 11 HP. And it already takes 2 damage. When damage is dealt to this minion, reduce that damage by 1. Any player suffers damage equal to this minion's life. And by the way, you're taking in a turn right away. See what I said about 3 consecutive turns? Unleash twice. The player with the most prep spells discards their most expensive prepped spell, which is Adeline. Again, I'm kind of worried more about terrible powers. Although I guess those can be gotten rid of by any means. 1 in supply, 3 in supply. Let's make sure we avoid Gravehold damage. But yeah, we've devoured a lot. It is, Oh, and then we have to do this. Okay, fine. Maybe I shouldn't have unleashed twice. We're starting to run out of cards, aren't we? Okay, let's stop buying from this supply and focus on the devoured pile if I'm gonna buy something. Hey, all right, play that. We have 3 ether. You can only charge once with that. You can't afford that. But I can focus and put this spell in. And do I want to play it just to lose it? That would give me another spell, but no. Okay. That's not so useful out of turn. Let's have Lash take the turn. It's only going to be 1 damage, so I might as well do it to the guy who's going to take only 1 damage anyway. You may discard a card if you do any ally draws, so yeah. Zazos draws. Yeah! There we go. We're at 4. So I could purchase Lava Tendril. I'll do that. Oh, and I could use these. Or this one. Collectively gain 4 charges, reveal the turn. Or I don't want to do that just yet, though. I'll end the turn. What'd you miss? Lots of cards are devoured right now, and yeah. So, yeah, we probably should have been using this more often, since I don't know why I'm not using it when I can recharge it back up. So let's not play Mage's Talisman because you can't get the charge effect out of it. You would draw a crystal, you would draw a crystal. So we won't do that. So 5. Focus that, focus that. Okay. See, there's no turn order deck, so I don't want to do that. Ugh. I'm wasting actions. Yeah, there it is. There this is. Unleash twice and Gravehold suffers 3 damage or place the most recently discarded minion card into play. Let's just use this. Because, well, I should have. Let's give Zazos a turn because I can use this. Actually, it doesn't even matter who does this, does it? Let me take that back. Who's gonna do this turn? Because I keep forgetting that I can use this on any player's main phase. Now, when it says allies, does that mean not Zazos? Or does that mean not the players whose main phase it is? It would be the most useful for that, I guess. You could take out Cauterizer if Flash takes the turn, and I won't have to lose that spell. So if I do this, yeah, it's going to be these people. And now I'm revealing and doing this thing. Is there a way I can deal with this guy? I don't think there is, so I kind of want Prince of Gluttons to be on top. That said, this card I have here, I would get an additional ether if it's a player turn order card. So let's... Oh, but I do want... yeah, so let's have Adelheim go, then the Nemesis. Not that it really matters who goes between Adelheim and Zazos, but... Zazos, Adelheim, or Lash. Trying to use the words of the name of the heroes of the mages, and I'm failing tremendously. But now I know that we have Adelheim on top. Oh my god. Gem. And I'm gonna focus that to place that there. Focus that. Yeah, I'm gonna work on getting these all opened up so I can then collect a bunch of spells and use a bunch of spells, and that will give me more actions. That sounds like a good plan. Oh my gosh, it's Adelheim. So you can't use that. So let's just focus and focus. Minion. Player with the lowest life suffers 2 damage, or any player discards a spell that does things. Okay. And yeah, it's good that I put Zazos on top because this will deal more damage. Oh my gosh. So let's get rid of the one that damages Gravehold, because Gravehold's down to 11. Oh my gosh. We can increase their health with Focusing Orb that I've been neglecting. I have to use this. Yeah. Okay. Charge. Gem. Yep. We definitely want to make sure that we can keep Adelheim's charge up to get rid of cards. That seems nice. And I can get rid of you if I use up Lava Tendril. I can't open that. But okay. Lash takes the turn. Because you have Mage's Talisman and we can charge up Zazos. Yeah! And I can do Lava Tendril. And discard that. Yeah, give that to Adelheim because that's a little more powerful. And I can open up this. Oh my gosh, I now have this thing with a +1 damage on cast. Yay! And this will be a nice time to use this, although I wouldn't gain all the charges. I'm not going to use that. Someone's going to complain, though. But okay, I'm not too upset right now. Feel like I'm making progress. Yeah, you would like that. Oh, was that what yeah, that was what I wanted. Should have expanded it so I could have seen better. Hard to tell. 7. Open that. Focus that. Yeah! I'm still not gonna do the thing with this stuff. Nemesis turn. Discard a prep spell that costs 3 or more damage, or Lash takes 2 damage. Lash can take damage. Minion. Devour cards equal to the minion's life from 1 supply pile. Oh my goodness gracious. Okay, well we're gonna figure something out here. Once per turn, you may return a gem you played this turn to your hand. Deal 2 damage, you may lose 1 charge, deal 2 additional damage. So we're at 9. I've not really been buying cards lately. I've been focusing. I've been focusing on focusing. Which isn't a bad idea. Yeah, let's discard that. Devour cards equal to this. Ugh. Ugh. Let's do that one because we want to make sure that you don't do the thing. Oh, no, no. That was not what I wanted to do. Oh, no. No. Oh, I did not realize that was select a supply pile and then do that. Oh, no. That was bad. I thought it was select 7 cards one at a time. Okay, well, I lost. Them's the breaks. Remember when I said I feel like I'm doing pretty well? No, I was not doing pretty well. Narrator, he was not doing well. Okay, well, last time I played 2 Aeon's End games. This time I think I do want to try to mix and match. So I will leave it to the chat who just witnessed this murder. Which game do you want to see me play next? Sentinels of the Multiverse or One Deck Dungeon? I can play either or. I am good at either or. Yeah, now we know. We've learned information. While I'm waiting for intel there, I will drop this link here. Be sure to support the Indiegogo fundraiser. 474 backers, $16,453 raised, 28 days left. 41% of the $40,000 goal has been reached. And yeah, so be sure to back it. Any contribution is appreciated. Honestly, we're feeling One Deck Dungeon a little more. One Deck Dungeon, Guys of the Universe, or Guys of the Multiverse, or One Deck Guys, but you're mostly joking about anything works. There it is. Nightbot, thank you. Yeah, so people are saying One Deck Dungeon, so I guess it is One Deck Dungeon. I want to go to the dashboard to change the game to One Deck Dungeon. Update. Alright. So main menu, X. That was fun. We'll do better next time. So One Deck Dungeon is here. But Lude, your screen is black. I don't see a game at all. There it is. And did I do the thing with the stuff for this game? Capture third-party overlays. If we're going to get achievements, we might as well have people see the achievements. Speaking of which, it's actually been like a month since I last played this game. And you can actually see this now, right? Yeah! You can see this now. Last thing we got was not Archer Victory. Did I play this way back in November of 2018? Wow. It's been a long time. June 21st? August 23rd? Win a game without claiming a skill as loot? Was that the last achievement we got? That's the earliest I see. I wish I could sort these by date. Oh well. These are the achievements that are left. Maxed out. All maxed out. No easy prey. Cheapskate. Gauntlet champion. Fully planted. Didn't we almost get no easy prey? I don't remember. It's been a while. Also, I could have sworn we did Gauntlet champion. So I'm very confused there. I felt like I did that, but maybe it was because it was Forest of Shadows, it didn't work. Yeah, Nightbot tends to group those kinds of messages together, unfortunately, in my experience. I tried to figure out a way to stagger them out. Like, you can set it to go off every X minutes up to an hour. And I tried to set it once for Nightbot to go off at 59 minutes and 57 minutes and 53 minutes and 49 minutes. But apparently that means that Nightbot goes off at the top of the hour, and then at 7:49, and then at 7:53, and then 7:57 and 7:59, and then 8 o'clock with all the messages, and then 8:49, and then 8:53, and 8:57, and 8:59. That didn't work out too well. Okay, so I don't really, I mean, it's been a while since we've just played like a casual game of One Deck Dungeon, so let's just play a casual game of One Deck Dungeon. Bearing in mind that we're still trying to, you know, fill out progression sheets, so it's not really too bad of an idea to just play a casual game as long as we can get experience and do stuff, which all of us can get green circles, so that's good and fair. What are the heroes we've played least? Mage was 10. Warden is 11. So Mage and Warden? Let's play those. What's the dungeon that we played the least? Probably not a good idea to mix these two up, but Hellhound and Fire Giant. So... is that the Fire Giant? Yeah, it's literally the two highest ones, yes. So Fire Giant is especially annoying because dies get exiled continuously. Hellhound... I don't know. It's ranked as a 4-diamond dungeon. I'm not really 100% sure why, other than that there's a lot of damage potential. But it's not like the Fire Giant who loses a bunch of dice and then rolls less dice on the boss. Anyway, Mage and Warden are the two. Warden gives me 3 strength and 1 mana. Mage gives me 1 agility and 3 mana. Well, that seems actually a bit balanced. We're only having 1 agility die, though. We're getting 4 mana and 3 strength. And the mage's skill, your partner gains either a strength 1 or agility 1. That funds something. Actually, I guess that means that we would want to give like True Strike to Warden, which is already a good idea when she has strength dice, but like not necessarily True Strike, but strength 1 or agility 1, so we could gain 2 strength 3s, or we could reroll up to 3 dice, or we could increase another of your dice by 1. True Strike's probably better. And Warden's ability, spend 1 time and prevent 1 heart or 1 poison, and ignore the rule to split damage equally. Heroic feat, roll your stored die, store a heroic die here. When a card becomes experienced, you may only store 1 die at a time. Mages, roll your stored die, store a heroic die here. When you explore or flee, you may only store 1 die at a time. So exploring, fleeing, and experience. So what about the mage? Mage is high on mana. Force Bolt's probably the better option because we need to make sure we have means of getting agility. Between True Strike and Force Bolt, we might be fine on agility now. And I don't know that I want to do Smoldering Ruins or Cinder Plains unless I'm actively selecting my heroes. But yeah, Hellhound's going to be tough with a lack of mana inherently, or agility inherently. I'd have to, you know, get agility items to make up for that, which is, you know, not a terrible thing to have to do. And we would be very set for the main floor of the dungeon, I guess. What the hell, we'll do Cinder Plains. This is not a expansion deck, it's a mini deck, I guess, is probably the jargon. So I could play standard, forest, or hybrid. Go for the ruins. I don't want to. Exiling die is scary. But yeah, let's put Cure and Aid. Yeah, Cure and Aid. Fearless, because I like Fearless a lot. And do either of these have not healing things? No. We focus so hard on healing because once upon a time I thought it was pretty good. Aggression is exceptionally good. But yeah, let's try to get another talent going. Or another focus. Yeah, so both are healing, Force Bolt, True Strike, Cure and Aid, Fearless. So the question is, do I want to do standard, forest, or hybrid? Let's do forest so that Warden might ignore poison. Which is fun. Hybrid gets scary because you can't remove poison if you succeed in a poison roll. Not that it's necessarily problematic, it just means you have to worry about poison rolls. Yeah, so Forest, Cinder Plains, Mage, Warden, Healing, Force Bolt, True Strike, Cure Aid, Forest, Fearless, Progression, start! And because we explored, we gained a heroic die! Yeah! Vortex Stone. Well, this is a four experience encounter. But this gives us an agility die. None of our skills. I guess Protector will come in, and we can use that to ignore the 4. So let's enter. Yeah, I want the item. I'll roll my die. That's a good roll. That's a good roll. We have the 12 covered. And we have the 4 covered. Excellent. Okay. Is there anyone that... Let's give the agility to the mage because she already has 1 inherently, so we could make her a bit more agility focused. I think that having the 2 heroes have differently focused stats works a bit better than trying to balance it between the 2. Because then I can give agility skills to mage, strength skills to warden, mana skills to someone. But I don't know. Alright, before the encounter, spend time for each poison in the party. There is none. Only strength and mana, that's also good. We don't have too much of either though, but I'm willing to do this fight. That's a good mana roll. I've seen worse. So the agility isn't going to do anything. So let's take the strength and let's throw that into True Strike and get our heroic 4. Because there's no reason to avoid heroics here. We have to cover the 3. We have to cover the 4. We have to cover the 5. And there is a 2 for that, which isn't awful. And we have a 4 and a 6. So Force Bolt isn't going to help. Protector would prevent something, which is certainly good. This 6 is just as bad as that 5, so there's no reason to Force Bolt into this 5. That 4 is just as bad as the 5, so there's no reason to take the 4 and a 1 and then do that. I don't really see a better option here. So let's protect her. But I hardly know her! And who wants this? It doesn't really matter. Mage has more HP. Yeah, I can only get the 3 out of the Force Bolt even at best. So let's see, strength, skill, roll a heroic die, and then increase it by 1, which actually does synergize well with power transfer. Although True Strike also would do something. This gives me another agility item, but mage is maxed out on agility, or maxed out on items. Let's give this to the warden. Skip the use heroic feats step, but I don't have any heroic feats. Fireball. I like that skill. There is a significant amount of agility here and a non-negligible amount of mana need, but I'm gonna enter it because I'm feeling ballsy. That is a great agility roll with the agility dice we have. Good strength roll when we don't really need the strength as much, but definitely do this. Let's actually throw this in the pulverize and see what we get with that. A 6! That gets increased by 1! Imagine if increasing a 6 by 1 turned it into a 1. How tragic would that be? Alright, I have a 6 there. I have a 5. I have something to cover the 10 with. Something to cover the 3 with. If I turn this into a heroic, I can throw it into True Strike. And I get a 4. And then by turning this into a heroic, I can cover the last square. Alright, so let's give this to the mage. Fireball should be good for the mage. Alright, both heroes are at their skill limit. Forest Blessing gives a heroic 1, which synergizes well with True Strike and Pulverize, except we're both at our skill limits. Mage is at the item limit, but Warden could take the mana. I mean, you can have both of them be equally mana. So let's struggle free. Hopefully I roll a 10, and then I can use Protector to not take the damage, but if I do take the damage, it's not terrible. I just want to cover the 10, which I did. And that's fine. Alright, so now we're maxed on items and skills, so now we can take experience. I could have taken experience up front, but... and even at level 1, it's actually not a bad idea to take experience, because we're only 6 experience points to leveling up, and that gives us a heroic die. But we've gotten some good items and skills. It's not like we're taking terrible items and skills. Both of us are at mana limit, or at item limit. Swiftness Aura gives us a free heroic, or a free agility 3. But I think that I like Fireball and Pulverize. I don't normally like Pulverize too much, but I am getting a strength die through power transfer, and Warden has 3 strength dice, so I do have options with Pulverize. Whereas Swiftness Aura gives me an agility 3, Pulverize has a 67% chance of at least a heroic 3, and could be better than the heroic 3. So I don't really want the skill. The item I also don't want, but it's easier to get that with 5 mana dice than it is to get the skill with 3 strength dice and a higher roll. So let's and we do have a stored die here, but we just explored, I think, is why I got that. So I don't want to use it just yet. We should be able to cover this unless we just don't roll anything, which we didn't. So we're good. Now, this mana is worth more experience than this mana. So let's swap out. And oh, look, the Warden got a heroic die. So I guess this is an argument to also take experience, is that this gives you a free heroic die when you take experience. So that's something to consider. Before the encounter, place a poison on a hero. Item is agility and heart. Skill is ignore a time and a poison for free. And this works in perils and bosses. But we don't really need the poison against the Hellhound, and we don't need the time. And I still like Fireball, and I still like Pulverize, so I don't really care about the skill. And the item, we already have something like that. So we do have 2 heroics. We're definitely, if I fight it, we're definitely using Warden's heroic, because we're going to convert an item, or convert the card to experience regardless of what happens. So we're going to get a heroic back here. And mana charge, this is probably a good time to use it against a 4 experienced boss. One Deck Dungeon and Aeon's End are both deck builders, but you can understand One Deck Dungeon a lot better. You're not really building a deck in One Deck Dungeon, though. You're building a hero. Like, Aeon's End, you're building a deck that you're drawing cards from, so you're constructing a deck. That's what I consider deck building. Whereas One Deck Dungeon, you are getting rewards. All right, thanks for stopping by, Triraptor. Have a good night. Hope you enjoyed your stay. Let's give this to the Warden. Now we'll roll both. Got 2 5s. That's very good. Good agility roll that I don't need, and a decent mana roll, and a good mana roll, and not as good of a strength roll, but that's fine. Because one of these goes into Pulverize, which gets me a 6, and one of these goes into True Strike that gets me a 4, and I don't need to worry about colors. We're not limited on heroics just yet. Fireball, unfortunately there's going to be a bit of a waste here if I do it. And we also have Force Bolt that can get a 6 if needed. We do have Agility 6, which can convert to something with transfers. An Agility 4, which should convert to something. We can convert these into a Heroic 4. Oops. Really? That... Weird. If I place a die on Rockworm, it pulls up the card. That's not necessarily what I expected. It's acting like I clicked on the card, which isn't too bad. We definitely would like to have that 4 there. We would definitely like to have something here. Something there. This 2 would go there. We would like to have cards to cover the 12, which that would work. We'd like to have cards to cover the 12, which that would work. So we actually don't need anything. We're good. Because we had good rolls. So we'll take the experience. I want to get rid of the poison. I don't like poison. I don't want extra luck elements in my game of luck elements. Okay, so we now have a heroic die. Yay! Alright, lots of agility on here, and the annoying thing is that we add 2 times the consequences for each heroic die on this card. So Force Bolt and True Strike can help me with not getting heroics on this card, but I'm going to need to roll basically a 5 or a 6 with an agility die, and I only have 2 of those. The skill is Devastate, spend 2 strength, gain a strength 6, agility 4, mana 4, spend 1 time, and that's a pretty good skill. Warden, however, is already a bit tight with strength dice. The item is agility dice, which is good. I don't know, maybe Devastate is really good. I mean, you spend 2 strength dice, you get a strength 6, so you're not really losing strength per se. Getting an agility 4 and a mana 4, which is, you know, fixed number skills are always great. This gives us a guaranteed 6 for Hellhound. The mana 4 and agility 4 would just go to the rectangle squares. Rectangle squares? That's bad phrasing. Rectangles. And what the hell? Let's fight, and then let's think about what I'm going to do. I think I want this, even though I don't really want to place heroics on this card, but I can at least go towards True Strike and Pulverize. Yes. Dice spent to convert to heroics get exiled, so you have to be very careful. Let's do Mage. So that heroic 1 is actually good, because I can go towards True Strike and Pulverize, although I just got another 1. So we'd like to keep that mana 6. This heroic should probably go towards that mana 4. We have a strength 2. We need more strength. Our agility is actually atrocious. Pulverize is actually not going to really help too much. Unless I then move this 2 over here, and then I just put whatever Pulverize gets over there, because it's going to get me a 2 for surezies. Power Transfer is not going to do too much, because I already have... I guess it will give me something I could put into True Strike, but... I guess I could Fireball and get a Strength 5, and that can go towards there. But the problem is we don't have the good agility that we want. So I can use Aid to help me out here. Or I could just take 2 time. But I feel like I don't want to spend too much time. Are we still only on floor 1? Yeah, we're still only on floor 1. So maybe I'm not really too worried about time, because we're making good time because we're already at level 2 and we're only halfway through the floor. But I do have something that I would like to heal with, although I guess we already have First Aid and Cure, which is too much, so... Fireball and Force Bolt gives me a Strength 5 and Agility 6. Yes. Force Bolt gives me an Agility 6 already. True Strike gives me a Agility 4. I don't have an Agility 5. I guess I could use Protector, actually. Spend only 1 time, and then I can prevent the 6 versus spend 2 time. I like that. That's a compromise. But I do have to use combinations of things, so... That. It's weird that the 6 has less of a consequence than the 5 and the 4. You see that? 6 is only 1 heart. 5 is 1 heart in 1 time. 4 is 2 hearts. What the heck? What the heck? But yeah, now I can cover the armor. I can cover the 2, the 4, the 6, the 6. True Strike for an Agility 4. Actually, that's what I wanted. And then Protector. There. Now the decision. Do I want Devastate on Warden? I guess Heroics can go into that. So I guess I do want that. I'll take it. Yes. Moss Golem again! Awareness. Reduce the difficulty of each challenge box by 1, making perils not as perilous. Okay, well, if we did this last time, I'm going to do it this time. And actually, I want to give that die to the Warden for Devastate's sake. Because Heroics can go into Devastate. And those rolls were atrocious. Alright, Power Transfer. Fireball. I have an Agility 6 this time, so I can Force Bolt for an Agility 5 and True Strike for an Agility 4, and we're not worried. Although I guess we don't have a Mana 6. Arrgh. Is that an icon for usable on the boss or icon for not usable on the boss? That icon means it is not usable on the boss. It's only good for perils. Well, I guess I can do the same thing I did last time, where I'll use Protector to negate the penalty from the 6. So let's see. Do I want to use Devastate? I don't think I need that. Or do I? True Strike gives me an Agility 4. Force Bolt gives me an Agility 5. Let me put it like this so I can remember whose is whose. And then True Strike. We have a 2. I have more than enough for the armor. I do need a mana 4. Let's see if Pulverize will get that for me. No. Devastate would do that for me. 1 time versus 1 damage. I mean, we're good on time, right? So I might as well take the time. Yeah. All right, I like making perils less perilous. Stay on the floor. We might actually just explore all the doors or open all the doors. Rope bridge. Gives me an agility die, which mage would be okay with. Although we don't have agility skills yet. Potion is luck. I don't really like luck. Bolster would spend time, but be very easy. Sprint across would be difficult, even with awareness. The agility die, or sorry, the heroic die, plus the 2 gives me 3. I'd have to cover a 6, or sorry, a 9 and a 3. Let's be gutsy. Because we're... Oh, yeah, we also have mana charge. Yeah, let's use mana charge. For no real reason. Doesn't matter who rolls. Oh, boy. Well, that's not good. Can I even cover this? No. 4 damage, or I use a potion. We are doing very good on health. I'm actually going to take the damage. I'm okay with this. I now have reasons to heal. That's partly why I did that, was because I was trying to get an excuse to heal. Dice may now be re-rolled or increased. Okay. That's fine. That's a good agility roll. That's a good strength roll. We might not even need the Devastate. We have a mana for that. We have mana for Fireball. I don't have a Strength 6, though, but I could with Devastate. Pulverize, I can't increase by 1. True Strike would not give me a 4. Pulverize could give me a 6. I guess I don't have a agility 4, but with the heroics I would. Something there. Something there. So we just need to cover the strength 6, which I guess we could also do for sure with Force Bolt. Where are we right now? Yeah, we just need to cover that. So Force Bolt will do that for sure. I just need to convert this to a heroic. And I can definitely do that if I send that over there. So let's just see if Pulverize would work. Am I lucky? No, I'm not lucky. All right, so let's convert. For Force Bolt. All right, oh, there we go. Mage is at the item limit. Both heroes are at their skill limit. All right, so let's give Warden the item so that we have more dice. And yes, I know I just hit stay on floor. I kind of want to explore these doors. Just to see. Vine Trap. Both heroes. Skill. Roll 3 different colored dice. Increase one of them by 1. Same cost as balanced attack. But doesn't give me a guaranteed set of numbers. Well, I guess I'm going to go and dodge the vines. We actually have more agility than we have strength at this point, which is weird. And I think we've already done it. Yes, we have. But let's do this anyway, because it's fun. Alright. Convert this to experience. And So what's the tier 2? Just extra dice. Is it worth the damage though? We are kind of low on health now as the result of taking the damage. I guess it's not worth the 1 extra door. All right, here we go. We're on floor 2. Let's use potions to heal. If needed. We might not need it. So we're definitely going to use Warden's heroic die. Because we're going to get experience. That gives us a 3. And we have 5 more dice, so I don't need to use this one. Because a 3 is good enough to cover one of these squares with awareness. Were you aware of that? So 3 there. Well, 3 there first. 3 there, and then 9 there. And that gives me a strength item. I guess I want strength a little bit more. Let's give that to the Warden. What was that? Was the item on that? Oh yeah, spend 2 agility to roll 3 agility. Yeah, I don't like that skill. Takes your 2 worst agilities, turns them into something that could be slightly better with some filtering. Ignore all shield icons in this encounter. It's a potion. Not really worried about that for the boss. And it's only good for combats. So I don't really want that potion too much, but it does give me a potion token regardless. Yeah, let's enter. Do that for sure. Now, we do need a lot of dice for this encounter, so I'm going to use mana charge. And that's very good. Very good. The mana, we essentially are just looking for 2s. The strength, well, we already have a 2 and a 3. The agility, we already have a 3, a 3, and a 3. And the mana, anything that's 2 should go on a 2. Anything that's 3 should go on a 3. Anything higher than that should go on that. So we just need agility, mana 2, which we can get here. Good. That was easy. Can I convert a 3 experience thing? I can't really. If I convert the item there, oh boy, I can get the achievement for losing a game by converting a health item and lowering the HP of a mage. But I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I like winning. Winning's more fun than not winning. And I'm not cheesing achievements here. I can't change the skills, so I can't level up. Tempting to actually just take the item or take the potion. Yeah, let's take the potion. That piercing, like piercing is like piercing is good. All right, poison cloud. Spark is decent and it works in perils, but it's definitely better than awareness. Put the cookie down. And this will level me up, so I guess I'll take the experience then. So in that case, we have way more mana dice. And I didn't get my knowledge die back because I claimed the potion, so that's not really exciting. But let's contain. Makes this easy. We already have the right squares covered, if you weren't aware. And that was a ridiculous roll. All right, experience levels up. Heal the mage. Null. You cannot place heroic dice on dungeon challenge boxes. Adept, spend 2 mana, roll a strength and agility, discard one of them. Item is the strength die. I like the strength die. I don't need that skill. Or that feat. I don't need that heroic feat. Well, that was a pretty bad mana roll right there. I can't even afford Fireball with that roll. You cannot place heroic dice on the challenge boxes on the right. But I do have strength there. I have strength for the armor. My agility, I don't want to put the 6 there. Heroics could go here, so I could do something like that, but my strength is pretty bad. My mana is not too good. But we could get a mana through True Strike. Let's see. We need 5 more. Well, Force Bolt gives me 3. And then conversion here gives me 2. Yay! Alright, let's give that to the Warden. Increase her dice. Trickster. We don't have poison, so that doesn't trigger. Mana and strength. Alright. Are we filled on things? We're not, so let's not use that one. We should be fine. These aren't too high numbers, but we do need a lot of strength, but we should be fine. Good agility roll when I don't need agility. We've not found any agility skills other than ones that I didn't like. Oh my gosh. 6 out of 8 dice were 5s. Oh my gosh. All right, well, I have a 6. I have dice to cover those. Yeah. I don't even have to use any skills. Okay. Roll a strength, increase the die by 1 strength skill. So this turns your worst strength into a better number thing, and then, yeah, let's give it to the Warden. That's excessive. Yeah, now I'm going to roll all 1s just to, you know, screw up. We already have that potion, so I can't take it. Warden is at their item limit. I guess we're going to clear a path. Oh boy, the next encounter I'm gonna have only 1s. I'm wasting all my luck here. I can get 24 on this. All right. Axes are great. All right, Goblin. So we should fight you now because there's only 1 closed door. If you open your first door and it's a Goblin, you should only ever flee because you'll spend 3 time if you fight it, but if you flee, you'll spend 2 time for fleeing, and you can then come back and fight it and not spend as much time. Okay. We're gonna do this because I think we're maxed on skills. Or maxed on things. That's fine, because I can put you towards anything. Let's do this because we're going to almost certainly explore or flee soon. We got 2 1s with that. I guess those are the ones that were due, and then I proceeded to roll 3 more 6s. And then some more 6s. See, the nice thing is that even if I roll strength 2, I can put that there. And if I roll strength 3, I can put that there. Fireball, let's do that. Because I think that's not a waste. Gives me a strength 5. Let's see what Blitz gets me. Actually, before I do that, because this increases any die by 1, so that could increase True Strike. Which I don't really need because my agility is so good. And my mana is good. And actually, I don't need any skills. What am I doing? Let's put a strength on the strength die. Remember when I said we're good on skills? Actually, we're not. Might as well take that. So I guess I don't have this heroic anymore. And now it's Sharp Cliffs. Oh no! Oh my god, it's Sharp Cliffs! Ah! We'll fly over. Right? Because don't we have... Oh, we don't. Okay, that's fine. We have so many mana. Aw, man, I didn't roll 16 5s that time. Ah, come on, come on. There we go. Both heroes are at their item limit. Both heroes are at their skill limit. Roll a strength. You may discard it to gain a heroic 3. It's an auto skill. I don't really want it, though. Although I guess it could be better than Blitz. But no, this increases that die by 1. I'm good with that. It actually makes Devastate a little better, because this can give me an agility 5 with Blitz. Both heroes are at their item limit. Do I want to replace one of these? Yeah, let's replace that one. And let's descend, because I don't have any choice here. Yeah, that's exactly what I did, Team Orchid. I know you said that before I did it, but that's exactly what I did. All right, after exploring, place a heart on a hero. All right, we are now at this time of the dungeon where hearts are more of a resource. Razorbark, we are going to exile, but Flame Walk is really good. Better than Barrage. Spend 6 mana, get 4 mana back, but also get a Strength 5 and Agility 6. Yes, please. And let's definitely do this. And we might be fine without this, but since this is a there are a lot of numbers here. Let's just do this for safety. Nothing wrong with that. And let's, who wants this? Let's give this to Warden because Blitz could increase it. All right, we're good on the agility. We are probably fine with the mana, but let's do Fireball. We don't need a Barrage. Barrage actually would run the risk of losing my safe agility-ness. Let's take a strength die there. Throw it. Nope, not there just yet. Let's put that in Pulverize. Yes, Pulverize first. All right, that turned that 1 into a 2. Put this in True Strike. Actually, that's not necessarily an easy decision because that gives me if I say Heroic 4, then I have no more Heroics. So let's see if we need Heroics first. Snort? We don't have a Snort skill. And that's a bit of a sadness. 2, 3, 5, 4, 4. That. So I can save that, put that there. Okay, well, I guess we're done. Okay, fine, whatever. I like to min-max my skill usage. All right, let's replace Barrage, right? Because Barrage... Yeah, I didn't like Barrage. Panther! I like Charmed Panther. It's a nice skill. Unfortunately, it doesn't really do me anything. I guess it gives me agility 4. Man, we don't really need strength on this fight. Why do I have so many strength things? Maybe I should cut back on the strength now, actually. Because I did not realize how little strength I actually need for the Hellhound. You would think that you would need lots of strength to take down a big dog, but I guess not. Maybe you just need to be fast and magical. I guess that's the lesson to be learned here. So I guess I could convert the strength skill. I guess Pulverize we are fine with. Blitz increases a die, and Devastate gives me things. So maybe not necessarily. Maybe I'm actually too worried. Flame Walk is good though. Awareness is fine, but we're not able to use it on the boss, and Fireball is, well, gives me a strength 5, but so does Flame Walk. Actually, Flame Walk and Devastate gives me enough to cover the strength on the boss. Flame Walk gives me a 6. Devastate and Blitz gives me a 5. Outrun the flames and let it burn itself out, or just dodge all the attacks. Yes, yes. I don't know. Both heroes are at their item limit. Both heroes are at their skill limit. I guess we could lose a strength die and turn it into an agility die. Maybe that's what I should do. I should sneak by to get the item. Roll this die because I'm going to lose it anyway. And we're good? Actually, not necessarily. We're probably good. Actually, we're not necessarily good. Actually, yeah, this is a bit problematic, but we can protect her. All right. Both heroes at their item limit. Both heroes are at their skill limit. Forced Blessing, reroll a dice, gain Heroic 1, or Mana die. Not really too excited with those, so I guess I'll just take the experience. Although I can convert that, so... then I should struggle free then? Bearing in mind, I do have Blitz, but I think we don't need it this time. I mean, we need it this time. There we go. We're definitely gonna get to level 4. There's no question about that. Unless I spend 15 million time. Like we're gonna level up in this fight. Unless I die. Strike down. And there, I was smart this time. I gave the heroic die to the only person rolling. Yeah. Okay. Let's do that, because then I could use that. I guess this is another protector round. Yay! Oh no, damage. We're at max potions. Just so we're aware. And we can't use any of these on the bosses, so let's go ahead and use them. I guess we're gonna give that to the warden. I'll run through. We should be good for the boss. I don't need to spend more time on this floor. Alright, so awareness and should be good. Actually, it doesn't matter. Okay, whatever. Alright, balanced attack on Warden to use up some of the strength dice that we have. Shadow Stalker. Spend time for each 6 rolled. This is not a good time to find the Shadow Stalker. Follow up. Well, that's actually a good skill. But nah. Descend. Let's just fight the boss and get this over with. Yeah. Famous last words indeed. Alright, that's a good roll. That's not as good of a roll, but we don't really care about strength as much. We have a strength 6, but Flame Walk also, well... before I do Flame Walk... Mana is a little bit of a concern, isn't it? Now let's check. If I use Devastate, do I have to exile a die? This has always been a question. Yes, I do have to exile in this case. Probably because I'm using a Forest of Shadows deck. Not that it's terrible. We could just expunge strength dice. Yeah, so Fireball would give me a strength 5, but I would essentially lose mana. Flame Walk would give me a strength 5, and I would lose mana and get a agility 6, but... well, I guess I do need something. Blitz would increase the die by 1. Let's see, where are we on mana right now? A hair short. And agility, we're also a bit short. In strength, well, we need something. We're currently taking 11 damage. But that's because, I mean, if I do that, now we're taking 6 damage, but that still kills us. So how do we want to proceed? Look, I used the remove dice button. Are you proud of me, Mom? Let's do balanced attack because it's a roll. Things that involve rolls we should do like first. Increase one of them by 1. Like, we're just short on the mana, but if I increase the mana by 1... well, we already have a 5 here, so we don't really need to increase that. So let's increase that by 1 and then see. Because, I mean, I guess we do need more mana, though, but that wouldn't have really changed anything. Actually, that gives me all the mana, and then I can put this towards Flame Walk, although I guess I also could have just done that anyway. Let's do that anyway. And then that clears up 2, which gives me the agility, or the heroic 3 back. Okay. And now we have a bunch of agilities, but still not enough to cover everything. But we are kind of wasting the 6s. Oh, one of them probably could go there, but that's also weird that 6 is less consequences than the 5s. I find that weird, but the strength is good. If I do it in the right order, it's good. So now what? Well, True Strike would give me a 4. Blitz can increase a die by 1, which would give me a 5, which could put that there. And then that 3 seals it. All right. We have our logic. Actually, does it matter? Okay, yeah. Blitz has to be the one. Round 1 done. Are you even going to need potions? Kind of want to use potions just to heal up. But anyway. Okay. Where does that put us? There. Let's do that. Let's do balanced attack. And let's increase the mana. Our agility is not as good this time, but increasing agility wouldn't really do anything. Flame Walk, I guess. I'll do Fireball, because that's not really gonna change anything. Yeah, I don't have the Strength 6. Devastate would give me a Strength 6. We have an Agility 6, but not an Agility 5. Well, I have a Heroic 5, but... Let's see. So the mana is covered with the Heroic. The Agility is not really covered. So I should probably Pulverize. That did great. I should Blitz. Actually, if I were to Blitz, I probably should have done that after having removed dice, so I could actually put those in other places. Let's Devastate then. Might as well. Don't need Strength. There's that. And then that. And then that would exile the dice, but I don't need to because I can True Strike. Yeah! Okay. Well, then let's just spend the rest of the time healing. Yeah, we're healed up. Flawless victory. Great. Well, we did much better against the Hellhound than we did against the Devourer. All right, all of the hexagons, pentagons are filled up. But I think we want to put these towards doing things. Just because. Let's take the extra item skill. And 6 left. Do I want to throw this into another focus so I could do something? Oh, I don't know. Let's just get recovery and then try to get grit filled up there for you. Crafty, recovery, grit. Kind of a waste to put 12 pentagons into circles, but whatever. Let's just get healing filled up just because OCD. But all right, we took our 2 least used heroes and won against a least used dungeon. And we did it on Fearless. Yeah! Did you feel the power? Good. So we had 1 victory tonight. And I was going to say for the first time we've not played Sentinels on this stream, but that's very much not true because we did Aeon's End in 1 full stream, and we did 1 deck dungeon in a full stream in several of those. So actually it's not true. But thank you for watching me play 1 deck dungeon and Aeon's End, and floundering in Aeon's End, but at least doing 1 deck dungeon to good effect. This was Lou Dolphin, and is Lou Dolphin, and will still be Lou Dolphin. And you were watching Dolphins Dive. Check out the other streams on this channel. We have Handelabra Live every Tuesday with John and sometimes Jeremy. We have Dolphins Dive every Friday with me, Lou Dolphin. We have On Deck every Saturday with Pirate Savvy and Dover. And we have Tales from the Archive every Sunday with another Letdown. Now to do a full Aeon's End stream. Yes, I have done that. Actually, I did that twice. One for the Aeon's End week of release, and then the other the week after that. I've been doing a lot of Aeon's End on here. I've not been doing as much Sentinels on here. And I probably should do Sentinels next week. Probably for the Sentinels anniversary, huh? That would be a good idea. That said, I believe the Sentinels anniversary is next week. And I think the current plan is for me not to stream on Friday. But check out the schedule next week. Check out the channel next week. Even when there aren't live streams, we're going to be having reruns of older streams, some classic moments, some excellent stream coverage. If you want to see some classic moments, I think we already have the schedule filled up, but you can view the stream next week and find all fun and exciting things all week. And yes, so this got linked in the chat. If you're watching this on YouTube, you can actually see it in the chat right here. Indiegogo.com/project/spirit-island-digital-tabletop-game is going to take you to the Spirit Island Indiegogo backer page thing. Be sure to back Spirit Island to make it as good of a release as the other 4 games that Candelabra has released. Sentinels of the Multiverse is excellent because of the support the developers got, and so is Bottom of the Ninth and One Deck Dungeon and now Aeon's End. But Spirit Island can join as the 5th in the Quinfecta? I don't know what the terminology is for the 5, but yes, be sure to check that out and support developers there. I don't really have much else to say. I think I said everything. I feel like I should be saying more, but I kind of covered it all. Thanks again for watching, everyone. Have a good night, sleep tight, and enjoy your weekend. You deserve it.